873-4368. That's 352-873-4368.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
All right, 7 minutes after 11 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in. Do you have your mother's eyes? Do you have your father's nose? Do you have your grandmother's hair, right?
Yeah.
Well, we all know that the physical attributes that we possess are probably traceable to somebody we're related to and in the past, parent, a grandparent, etc., right?
Yeah.
But what about behavioral things? Do you overeat because your mother did? Because your father did? Or is it a behavior that is genetic in nature? Is it nature and nurture? You've heard that before, right?
Oh, yeah.
Nature and nurture. Our next guest has a fascinating book about this very topic. It's called Behavioral Genes. Dr. James D. Baird is on the phone, and he wrote that book. He has been a successful inventor and engineer for more than 40 years. He's a pioneer in the science of ultrasonics, the founder of Diasonics, which is a design and manufacturing company of ultrasonic sensors and computers. He's a natural health advocate, a researcher of genetics in diet and in behavioral genetics. And if you look at the Amazon listing for the book, Behavioral Genes, you will see this one sentence, Behavioral Genes offers specific ways to move beyond your ancient caveman mind, which I go to all the time, and actually change your biology. Let's find out about this. This sounds very fascinating. Dr. James Baird, good morning, sir. Thank you.
How are you this morning?
I'm okay. I'm kind of a caveman, but I'm doing good.
Oh, that's great.
Where are you? I'm sorry?
Go ahead.
Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Naperville, Illinois.
Oh, Illinois. Okay. Well, thank you for calling in or allowing us to call you, I guess, in this case. So, can you change genetics in our own bodies?
No.
You don't know?
What you can do though is you can turn off your genes.
Turn them off.
Turn them off. As you probably know, we are designed through our DNA to be controlled. Our behavior is controlled by our genetics. In other words, our genes decide how we are going to behave and how we're going to respond. But in some cases, if you don't want to use your genes as your destiny, there's another approach called epigenetics. With that technique is something you have control over, and that will allow you to turn off your genes.
Okay.
A particular gene that's causing you a problem in your behavior.
I don't know if this is going to be too controversial enough, but does that mean that somebody with Down syndrome can be... No, you can't turn that off. That's permanent.
No. It's not controversial. Epigenetics is not controversial. It is basic science, and it's a hugely growing field, and has been for the last 20 years, I suppose.
Okay.
And the way you do this is by using environmental signals. So just to go back briefly, in many earlier times, thousands and thousands of years ago, our genes directed our behavior and how we're supposed to look and what we're supposed to do. But as time went on, our environment changed, so that these changes in our genes were no longer applicable to the new environment. So you can imagine when you're in caveman days, back today, where you're in the middle of a big city, we need to react differently. So what happens is these signals come from your epigenome. It's over your genes. And these are chemicals, actually. They're not any kind of an organism in themselves. But they can turn off your genes. And to give you an example, for instance, you probably heard what happens if you use your mind to change your behavior. Suppose, for instance, that you had a big pain and you went to your doctor and he says, well, this will take care of your pain. And he gives you a pill, and lo and behold, it takes care of your pain. However, what he gave you was a sugar pill. So you can see how your mind can affect your behavior, in fact, your biology.
Okay. So how is that?
Is that coming through?
How does that apply? How do we apply that to ourselves? It seems in the example you gave of the placebo, the doctor knows something you don't know, and because you don't know it, it actually helps you by not right. So
you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right on. That placebo effect is how the FDA, for instance, values drugs. If the new drug that comes out is not better than a placebo, they will not approve it. The placebos are maybe 30, 40%, but they don't last forever. They change as time goes on, as your mind changes. So what you're saying is quite the effect. Now, epigenetics, to use another example, when you're a very young person, and you're influenced by the environment in your household and friends around you and so forth, that helps you form your personality. And to a great degree it does. And that effect, which is not genetic, because it's outside your genes have already been formed, you inherited your genes, and so that effect carries throughout your life. And so that's called epigenetics. In other words, it's outside your genes. Your genes are what you inherit from your parents, half from each. And that directs your personality about maybe 40%.
So
they call that heritability. So you inherit that. There's not a lot you can do about that, but you can change certain types of your behavior through epigenetics, which includes things like mindfulness, meditation, outside influences, that sort of thing where you can get some control over your mind.
So we've heard stories about twins that were separated at birth that did not know about each other, who found each other later on in life, and maybe they were brought up by two families. One was rich, one was poor, but both twins have the same personality. They're both gentle. They're both like golf. There's so many similarities that almost makes you wonder if some of those things aren't genetic.
Well, you're absolutely right. In fact, most of these scientific studies are results of the twin studies, that they've got thousands and thousands of cases for twins who were raised in the same family, and twins were raised in opposite families, other environments. How did it affect them? So the ones that were raised in opposite environments, suppose they got separated early in birth, for instance, had changed their behavior. Even though they had identical genes, they changed because the environment was changed. So you're absolutely right. It has something to do, has everything to do with your environment, and that's what's called the epigenetic portion of it.
You have a nice discussion in your book about happiness, about the different phases, which I found very interesting.
Well, I've written 6 books. That one is probably the happiness gene that you may be talking about. So happiness, I like to use the word well-being, but happiness is a function of things that come from outside of you. For instance, you can get, and this has been well proven, you've heard the phrase, money doesn't make you happy. Well, that's not entirely true. You need a certain amount just to get above a basic poverty level, but above that level, and this is studies done by major universities, you need approximately, in their case, this was a Harvard study, you need $20,000, and above that, more money doesn't make any difference. And the reason for that is we have a fixed point of happiness. You inherit from your parents approximately 20 to 40% of your happiness, which means basically your personality. And you can't change that. So above that point, there's no way that you can make yourself happier. That's called the eudaimonic set point. So it's like a seesaw. And you can see that in your everyday life. You can do things, for instance, you get a salary increase, and I'm sure your producer, boss there, would be happy to do that. You get a salary increase, and you feel happy for a little while, for a few weeks. But after that, you're right back to where you started from.
So that very thing that is controlling that, you say, is changeable through epigenetics?
Eudaimonic. It's called eudaimonic. It's well known in psychology. It's been around for a long time. But the point is that you have your personality per se, which is part of your happiness, which is like about 30 to 40%, is fixed.
So if I'm unhappy, now I'm not a psychiatrist or a psychologist, but if I'm unhappy, I can recognize that. I can say, you know what, I could be happier, and I will literally do something to make myself happier. Maybe I'll go take a walk, or maybe I'll watch a funny movie or something, and then it really will switch something in me, because I don't like to be unhappy, so I like to always fix that. And other people seem to be happy being unhappy, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So is that what...
It makes sense. What you say makes perfect sense. So you go do something that makes you happier, and it will for a little while. As soon as you stop doing it, you're right back to be where you were before you started to do it. So that's the point. That's the cutoff point.
Okay.
Now, what do you do? What do you do about that? Well, my latest book is called Epigenetics and Genetic Happiness. The genetic happiness is the part you inherit from your parents. It's fixed. It's 20 to 40% of your personality, and that's it. That's the point with the cutoff. Epigenetics goes beyond that. You can do things to improve your welfare above your genetic inheritance. That's the epigenetic part. That's my latest book, just came out, I don't know, a few months ago.
Okay. And how do you do that? How do we change that?
Okay, epigenetics can be changed your personality, and you probably hear this all the time. And one technique that's well thought of is things like meditation, mindfulness meditation, living in the presence, living in today, critical thinking instead of intuitive thinking. Mainly, we're all basically grounded in intuitive thinking, which means gut reaction. And that is necessary, as you can imagine, in the early hazardous days of our ancestors, and they heard a noise in the bushes, and they had to fight or flight. But whatever they did, they'd have to do it now. Time was of the essence. So you have to make an instant decision, whether it's right or wrong, whatever. And we do that today. And you can imagine that that's why we make most of our mistakes, is we make emotional decisions based upon this inheritance that we've had. And so that's what they call gut reaction. You got to make a decision, and you make a decision, and you forget the facts. You don't know what the facts are. You don't have time to find them. And the other part is critical thinking, where you don't make any emotional facts. Everything's based on facts. Very few of us can get to that point and in common day living, but that's the final end result of how you control your emotions.
You talk about the relaxation with the breathing and about the nostrils, and I never realized that before.
You didn't?
No, about the nostrils.
Relaxation with your breathing, that's the perfect way to meditate. Now, the different steps are this. As I'm sure you know, our brain is bouncing around all the time. They call it the monkey in your brain, the voice in your head, all kinds of comments, but there's all kinds of thoughts bouncing back and forth in our mind all the time that we didn't create. They're just there. And they cause problems to a lot of people. They're worrying all the time because of these thoughts. Constant worry. So what do you do about something like that? Well, the first step is to turn your mind off. And the first step is to meditate. And to meditate simply means you don't think. When you meditate, the mind can only think of one thing at a time. So if you're focused on, for instance, your breath, which is a very good way of doing it, because they say you always have it with you, so you focused on your breath and breathing in, breathing out. Usually you breathe properly, which is from below your diaphragm, and count the breaths in, out. There's a lot of techniques. You can count numbers. One of my favorites, you breathe out one nostril and in the other nostril. There's things to make your mind think of one thing. You're thinking of one thing, and by doing that, you turn off the voice in your head. So that's not a problem. And in those conditions, you cannot worry about anything.
So this is meditative.
Yeah.
In the heart of this, it's a meditative technique.
Yeah, but then the problem, it's a short-term solution because obviously you can't function consciously when you're in a meditative state. So then the next step is to go into something which is usually referred to as mindfulness. And mindfulness, which is being practiced all kinds of places today, not just with individuals, but corporations. Major corporations have classes where they send their employees down to have courses in this field because it helps them to organize themselves and perform more effectively. But mindfulness is simply being aware of your environment non-judgmentally. You're simply aware. You look around, and what's right around you, that's it. There's nothing outside that. There's no thoughts outside that. You're thinking about just your total awareness of what's around you. So that's called mindfulness. It's a very strong movement in today's scientific, governmental, political fields in the U.S. Of course, it's been used for thousands and thousands of years in Eastern philosophy, but we're just catching up with it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I actually use the breathing technique to fall asleep. Like if I'm having a hard time falling asleep, I will do that breathing in, breathing out, and I'll be asleep in 10 breaths.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, that's terrific. You got it perfected.
That's great.
Well, I'm pretty good at falling asleep, though. So.
And you yourself, as a natural health advocate, if a person eats sensibly, some of these techniques will really help them out.
Yeah, absolutely. That's my feeling. That's why I have my PhD. I have engineering degrees, but I also, after I retired and sold my business and so forth, I was always interested in natural health. So that's where I got my PhD. And of course, with natural health, we want health without drugs. And unfortunately, there's sometimes when you have a lot of pain that you go back to drugs. But otherwise, natural health is what this is all about as far as your mind is concerned, and worrying. People worry.
Yeah.
And they can't do anything about it, just worry. Like anxiety, we have 20% of the people in the United States are in depressive states, chronic depression, and then there's all kinds of other things on top of it, other types of disorders, mental disorders. But these are basically all kinds of things that you can control. if you know how to do it.
What a really fascinating topic and a conversation we're having, James. Dr. James Baird, I wanted to, let's see, you sent me a book. It's called Behavioral Genes. I would like to give it away to a listener. So if you want to call right now, 622-9622, I'll pick one caller at random and give it away. The rest of us, I have found it on Amazon. Do you have a website you'd like to direct us to?
Yes, I have a website called drjamesdbaird.com.
Okay, and the doctor spells his last name Baird, drjamesdbaird.com.
D.R. James, D like in dog, Baird, BAIRD.com.
Okay, very good. Doctor, thank you for sharing this with us. Interesting conversation.
That's my pleasure.
Good stuff. We'll take a little break and be right back.
Palm Garden announces Fast Track. Fast Track. Focused assessment, safe transition. When a new guest is admitted to Palm Garden, we start with the ABCs. A is the assessment to determine what the guest needs. B is for basic care, which is excellent nursing and therapy. And C is for consistency to provide what's needed throughout the stay. Fast Track. Palm Garden will get you home fast, really, really fast. Take a fast tour of Palm Garden, located at the corner of Southwest 27th Avenue and 34th Street.
Freddy's Specialty Sundays. Classic American treats. Made with freshly churned, rich and creamy frozen custard. Welcome to Freddy's Frozen Custard and Steak Burgers. The taste that brings you back.
So now that you have your heart set on Freddy's, all you need to know is how to get there. That part is easy. Just go down Highway 200